While the wind blows through the trees and the palm leaves, can't explain this peace. Gotta get away from the drama and embrace my mama, Africa. So get your hands up, cause we about to turn up and we about to blow up. And we're screaming, can't be you. Yeah. Can't be you. Can't be you. What you say now? Can't be you.
You know, at that time, you know, that was more of a reason for me to continue moving in the direction and setting my mind to, you know, be in survival mode, you know. Like I said, even though I was enjoying myself and so forth, now here it is, you know, I've been with a family for all of this time and now I don't have a family. And so now I have to get used to not having a family, like literally cold turkey. Literally one day I was with my family, the next day they left and I didn't know where they were. And I'm not saying this for judgment or to point a finger or anything like that. I'm just kind of telling you my experience. So, you know, when people ask me, now that I'm back in America after 3 years and 30 days, I can truly say that I have to emotionally thaw out. I'm just really kind of getting in the mindset that I can relax, process what has taken place, you know, and move forward. It's amazing. So, you know, I would like to shed some light on also the fact of how much that experience has impacted me. All right, so the other way that it has impacted me is that I know for sure that I would not have had a world view, you know, because, you know, when you don't have experience as it relates to other countries and the world, how can you have a world view? You know, I will say during the time that I was there, I developed such a respect for the people there and some of the conditions that they live under, because if you had to go by how they express themselves or how they act on a day-to-day basis, you would not even know that some of them live under some of the circumstances that they live under, because they literally don't allow that to affect how they deal and interact with people. You see, oftentimes with smiles, you see them going about their day, doing what it is that they need to do. Some of the amazing things that I was able to see and experience was, you know, a group of people do some of the things that we do here in the U.S. without the tools or the technology that we have. I mean, it's just amazing to see how brilliant they are when they come up with ways to make it happen, you know, when they don't have the conventional tools, you know, that we have here in more developed places. I thought that was just extremely amazing, you know, and it taught me something about myself. I guess it played into my worldview because I'm truly a different person, you know. Like I said, I knew I was strong before I got there, but I'm even stronger because of my overall experience. Now, I will say that the good outweighed the bad. Yeah, there was some not so good things that happened, but the experience, when I look at it and I weigh it, definitely the good outweighs the bad. You know, just being able to go through that experience different cultures, different language, and how people do things, you know, on the whole other side of the world. To come back here, it has altered my thoughts about America. You know, like I said, in every place there are pros and cons, you know. At the same time, I don't think that I was able to really appreciate some of the things that we have available here versus there, you know. And so I really, because of that, I think I have my head on straight, you know. And so I would just share a few things, you know. If you're thinking about moving to Africa, or at least going to visit those different places anywhere in Africa, you know, do your research, you know, definitely travel with someone. I've had the opportunity of witnessing, or experiencing and hearing about, several deaths, of people that I knew, people that actually came to the restaurant, people that I actually built a relationship with over time, some from the US, some from the UK, but nevertheless, it also gave me another respect, while I was over there enjoying myself most of the time, but also going through some things, I got another level of respect for the people that are like me that are there, because many of them are by themselves. If they got sick, they wouldn't have anybody to take care of them. And those are all kind of some of the things that I took in consideration with actually coming back, is that, if I got sick, then I didn't have anybody around me that I felt like would, take the responsibility wholly of taking care of me. And rightfully so, it's nobody's responsibility. That's one of the things that made me come back. Another thing is I wanted to see my family, which I think I said in another video. I needed to reset. I needed to process. And like I said, when I left originally, I didn't have a mind to ever return back. Maybe to visit or whatever, but I think some of the things that I experienced there just made me see things for what it really is. So I would say if you're going, don't completely cut off, the place where you're coming from, where you're established, where your family is, where you were able to, sustain a living, because you may get over to a place and may discover that you need, something from that place, either your loved ones or a stream of income or whatever. So, mainly I did this video because I wanted to answer that one question while giving some other detail and insight into what's going on with me, but also into people that might be interested in coming to Gambia, Ghana, or Nigeria, or any other place on the continent. Those are just things that I would urge you to do, man. Do your research. Don't go alone. Make sure your finances are in place. And when I say in place, I mean that you may have an idea of, what you want to do as a stream of income there in the place, but also, making sure that you have something that you can fall back on from the places that you're coming from, whether that be Canada, UK, US, Germany, Holland, so forth and so on. Because actually, one of the fascinating things is that I actually met people from literally all over the world. Holland, Sweden, Germany, Canada, Japan, US, of course, various different places, Jamaica, and so, that's a bit of advice that I would give to someone who wants to come, just come for a visit. Don't get crazy with buying land and purchasing land and so forth. First decide if that's a place that you want to reside. And I believe some of the ways that you decide is you see what the environment is like. You see whether you can live under the conditions of the environment, because there are various different circumstances that are, that create different dynamics depending on what place you stay in. Like a Ghana would be more developed than a Gambia, or a Guinea-Bissau, so you have to get there and you have to experience the environment, and that includes the people as well. See if you can live under conditions of sometimes the lights going off, or coming back on, or having problems with the internet, or some of the basic things that, you took for granted when you came from where you came from, but all in all, I think this really, broadened my perspective, and has given me a worldview. And I would say nothing beats traveling, nothing beats the experience of having that, So now that I'm back here, I have more of appreciation, because people tend to not appreciate as much the place that they come from as much as they do other places. But sometimes you can go to other places, situations, circumstances can happen and present themselves, to you that'll open your eyes to make you appreciate some things about where you come from. Now, do I appreciate everything? I don't appreciate everything, in terms of where I come from. But there are a lot of things that I do appreciate, and that I'm thankful for. So, hopefully this video has, an episode has given you a little bit more insight, especially for those that are considering traveling abroad. Be safe, don't go alone if you don't have to. Prepare, take a look at videos, different YouTubers and so forth, and just be well informed, have a security plan in place, have a financial plan in place, all those things, before you decide to venture out and stay long periods of time in places that are outside of your country. Okay? If this video has impacted you, I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, I want you to share, just become a part of the family, and walk with me along with my journey. And hopefully there'll be some things said, some images shown that can enlighten you and that can help you, in your journey moving throughout your life. All right? This has been Nkosi TV. I'm your host, Nkosi. And until next time, live, laugh, love. Take care.